Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Y'all know what it is. It's me, your boy Trey. And we're rocking this morning. E2G Sports Networks presents to you First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with us as we get to talking about some of the things that are going on in sports and just overall things. I know yesterday we missed the opportunity to talk about or engage in reference to the tragedies that took place in California yesterday. As we know, I know here on Fort Polk, the flags were flown half-staff as, unfortunately, due to the one's inability to cope with certain things, went on a shooting spree in California yesterday, killing 10, wounding 10, as they, I guess you could say, wounded 20, killed 10 of those 20. And then even later on in the afternoon, another individual in another part of California killed 7 additionally later on. So, of course, condolences to those families. They're not stars or famous in anything, or at least not in our right, or where we can know exactly who they are. But they are individuals and people, and they deserve the same thing in which anyone else would. So, of course, our prayers and condolences go out to those families of those 17 that lost their lives to what could be seen as senseless violence, especially when they were bystanders to wherever the situation was. And for someone else to have a core issue and to go and make their I guess to go in for whatever they're going through, to go in and have to lose those lives is extremely unfortunate. But of course, our prayers and thoughts and families goes out to those families today. Of course, in other instances, like we were saying, a whole lot of shaking going on. We know it's getting closer to the NBA's NBA deadline, in which the trade deadline, and of course you have already people are starting to make moves. We're getting close to the Super Bowl. 4 teams remain, so we're going to talk a little bit about what the NFL has as the power rankings for those teams, for the playoff teams that were remaining. What else we got? Let's talk about entertainment. We know who, what, where, wins, and why of the individuals who are going to be performing. What's good, cousin Shawnee? What's going on? How you doing? Glad to see you information this morning. Hope everything's going good with you, cuz. I love you. So it's a whole lot to be spoken about. Like I said, Super Bowl Sunday is less than 3 weeks away, a little over 3 weeks away, I guess you could say. They used to be in the we should have a whole week in December. I mean, a whole week in January, then the second week of December of February. So yeah, so it's a whole, like I said, a whole lot going on, and we're gonna be here talking about it. Before I get into it, let me pull something up. Oh goodness. 1 second, bear with me. I want to make sure I got something right. What's good, Ron? Speakeasy headquarters captain. What's going on, fam? I see you on the track yesterday, bruh. Katana, I see you. Make sure y'all go out, hit up Ron, Spotify, Katana, Ron Lowe in the building. Make sure y'all go check that out. I would say we was on the track, but I don't know who produced the beat, unless Ron did that too. So I can say Ron Lowe on the track. So we of course we got like I was saying, a few things coming up. I don't know where I want to go first. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know what it is, fam. You already know what it is. I don't even know where I want to go really, but I was about to say I want to make sure shout out to LSU, their college women's team, women's basketball team, uh, doing a little damage. And honestly, in my opinion, when you look at it, they got a walloping dub last night over Alabama, but really shout outs. Oh yes sir, no problem. You know what it is. All love here. Uh, Definitely shout out to Angel Reese. 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists last night. With them 14 points, Angel Reese has currently uh, surpassed Sylvia Folks as for amounting 19 double doubles consecutively in her career. Of course, Angel Reese she's not done yet. I'm very sure, even though truth be told, a lot of people say like, "Would he have these records that are within reach, or the records are out there?" Is not everyone talks about and says, "Oh yeah, I'm after this record" or anything like that, because no one wants to have that moniker put on them. Like basically, they're chasing these records and they're actors. But of course, Angel Reese is now just she would need 9 more consecutive games, getting a double double in order to amount what is the record in NCAA history, women's NCAA history, for most consecutive double doubles, in which she needs 27 is the record. 19 was the record for LSU, or 18 was the record for LSU. So she's currently, I guess you could say, second in NCAA women's history with 19, but she still sits 8 behind who holds the record, and that is it slips my mind this time. But 27 is the record. So of course 28 would surpass the record. 27 would tie it, and then she can put her stamp on history. Currently average 23 points a game. 6'3" sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland, in LSU. 15 points, averaging a double double, actually. 15 points, 24 points, 16 rebounds, 3 assists. But yeah, she's doing work, and she got the bravado to go along with it. That she plays no game, so of course, I want to make sure to get that out there. There's plenty of people doing plenty of things, but Angel Reese is putting her mark on her beloved league, that being the NCAA women's basketball. LSU, Kim Mulkey, doing what she do. She came there, is doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing. Uh, so shout out to them. So let's talk about these. Let's get into some of these scores from last night NBA. We'll talk about NFL, of course. Plenty to talk about in NFL. I know how it's gonna go down here all week long, but I'm not going. So you know what? Bullies tend to do things. I'm not saying Bishop is a bully, but I just say bullies tend to do things. I don't know who out there was bullied as a kid. I know at one point I was bullied as a child, and you know what I'm saying, I was doing stuff like giving toys out of my house, giving food out of my house, because the dude was bullying me. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I was allowed myself. It was a short time. It was like, it wasn't like I was being bullied a long time. What's good, Coach Richardson? How you doing? Glad to see you information with us this morning, brother. So it was just a short time. I was, saying getting bullied. It wasn't like, actually, it was like maybe a week, 2 weeks in which I got bullied. I don't know what happened to the cat. But you know what I'm saying? I was there. So I'm not saying Bishop is that type of bully. But however, I do think that, 1 second. There was a time in which that happened. So I learned to not go back and forth with bullies. Like most times, if you don't put up a fight, then the bully is less reluctantly to continue to badger you or do whatever. So if I don't put up a fight in reference to vicious bullying ways, and when it comes down to these Philadelphia Eagles, then I'm very sure he won't continue to try to badger me. Uh, because he believes that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers, in which he's supposed to. That's the squad. But I tend to speak in facts and credibility, concept, and content. So it remains to be seen what happened on Friday. I'll know even one. I'll be like, you know what? You may be right, Bishop. Y'all just may beat us. Or it will be a definitively hard stance, hard line drawn in the sand to where it's bang, bang, Niner gang all day long. And we know that that's an easy victory. Not even worry about it. But, of course, we'll get that on Friday. Truth, proof be the pudding. Like he say, God love the truth. And that's where I'll be at with it. So, but like I said, a couple of games last night. NFL clock a little later. A couple days last night, excuse me. 7, as we talked about before, along with some other stuff that we know already. Your leader in sports franchise wins what tied leader in franchise championships already has dropped the gauntlet and did what they did to get maybe that what might move the needle in basketball, but we'll talk about that soon enough. First and foremost, welcome back Giannis Antetokounmpo after being out for 5 games, pulling up with his man Chris Middleton as they face off against the Detroit Pistons in their home last night. The Milwaukee Bucks were able to put up 150. You notice I said not 100, 50 points to the Pistons 130. If you do your math, that don't match. That's a 20-point deficit and for the Milwaukee Bucks, led by Giannis Antetokounmpo's 29 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists from Bobby Portis. Additionally, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists from Javon Carter. 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist from Brook Lopez. Drew Holiday contributed 4 points. Ball in, like he said. Make you second guess some things like Boston be running. Who running? I don't know. We're going to have to see. Drew Holiday, like I said, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. 6 points from Joel Ingles, 6 points Pat Connaughton, 8 points Chris Middleton, 2 points from 4 rebounds, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists from Jordan Noir. Bo Camp contributed with 7 points and 6 points from Wes Matthews with that in that winning aspect. However, on the other side of the ball, like I said, 30 points 130 points put up by Detroit. So they ain't just lay down. It wasn't just a thrash. I mean, it got thrashed, but it wasn't just a complete thrashing. Of course, it was led by Bojan Bogdanovic, 33 points, 3 rebounds, 23 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist from Jalen Duran, the rookie standout, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Diallo, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Sadiq Bey. Jaden Ivey, the other rookie, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists on the night. Also, Corey Joseph contributed with 5 points, 4 points for Alec Burke. Rodney McGruder, 4 points, and 5 points from Kevin Knox II. With the dub, that puts Milwaukee 30-17 on the year. Detroit continues to struggle and looking forward to the lottery with 12-37 on the year. But who knows? There could be a tremendous turnaround as we get closer and closer and closer to the All-Star season, which marks the halfway point for the league where they get to have a quick reset for a weekend and then get back to it. Currently, we're looking down the barrel of the trade deadline, which will be finalized on February the 9th. Shout out to Don. That's his birthday, February the 9th. But yeah, it just remains to be seen how it's going to go. But more in reference to trade, just in a tad bit. Other games that took place last night, the Boston Celtics losing some way to the Milwaukee Bucks in their night where they scored 150 20-point deficit win. Boston Celtics wasn't that much in theirs. They took an L, 15 points, losing 113 to 98 to the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic slowly but surely keeping on the come up, or will they get to the point where can they get a 40-point dub? 40 points on the year? We'll see. They're currently at 18 and 29, almost to the halfway point with roughly let's say 1829. Why does it say? Okay. Yeah. So it's a possibility. It's a possibility. We don't know. Of course, Boston Celtics, like I said, fall 98 to 113. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, 26 points apiece, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. 6 rebounds, 7 assists for Jason Tatum. 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Jaylen Brown. 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist from Sam Hauser. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, Derek White. And then it kind of stops there. 4 points from Luke Cornett, 4 points from Grant Williams, 5 points, Peyton Pritchard. Blake Griffin, 3 points and 3 rebounds. Al Horford, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. It just didn't have what it took. Taking L's from Orlando. It was that type of night. I guess it was a night powered by emotions, because as we know, after being out 2 years due to an ACL injury, Jonathan Isaac made his debut once again, back for the first time, back again for the second time, third time actually, because he came back after the first one and then he left before the bubble season started. Back for the third time, almost like he never left. Jonathan Isaac in 10 minutes scored 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. But the team was led by Paolo Banchero's 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist from Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists from Cole Anthony. And then they had a couple of players, 5 points apiece, Bobo, Morris Wagner, as well as Gary Harris with 5 points apiece. 3 points, 2 rebounds from Jalen Suggs, and Markel Fultz's contribution of 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists as the Orlando Magic take care of business with the reemergence of Jonathan Isaac winning 113, as I said, to 98. With that, they improved to 18-29 on the season. The Boston Celtics dropped to 35 and 13 as we keep rolling right along. Additionally, last night, the Rockets, prior to last night, on a 12-game losing streak. So let's keep this in perspective, bros, family, high speeds. Ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Rockets in the last 4 years have been recipients of a 20-point losing season, a 12-point losing season, and what was the last of this current season, a 12 consecutive game losing season. So that's a total of 34 games consecutively in which they have lost at some point over the last 3 years. 20 points the year, not last year, year before, a 20-game losing streak before, a 12-game losing streak last year, and what was a 12-game losing streak this year. But not last night, as they faced off against the Minnesota Bull. I seen that drunk. I seen it. Him talking to who was he talking to? He's up in smoke, I think. Or was it Up in Smoke? No, he was on some cast. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I seen where he's talking about where he said that season they tried to lose 20 games. He's like they was tanking. He's like they was tanking. They tried to lose those 20 games that year. The only year in which he played there, or that only time he played there, because you got to think the following year he didn't play. He was on the bench the whole time, and they ended up losing 12 consecutive at some point in that season. The Rockets got a bunch of AAU players. That's the problem. I wouldn't say that's the problem, drunk, but I mean, so you got to learn somewhere. We just don't know exactly what they're doing, or maybe they are taking. Do they add Victor Wembanyama to that fray? We don't know. We'll see. But like I was saying, last night they took on the Timberwolves in Houston, in which they were victorious, eliminating the 12-game losing streak, amassing what could be a beginning of a 12 to 20 game win streak. I don't know. With a 119-114 dub over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, we know Minnesota is still without Karl Anthony Towns, their franchise center player. But in case, the Timberwolves got 30 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists from D'Angelo Russell, 31 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists from Anthony Edwards, 15 points, 16 rebounds, 1 assist from Rudy Gobert, 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists from Austin Rivers, 7 points from Jalen Noel, 4 points Nathan Nasri contributed with 2 points and 3 points from Matt Ryan, as well as 10 points from Jaden McDaniel, 4 rebounds and 1 assist. But like you said, one of the AAU players that you speak of, drunk, Jalen Green, dropped 42 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, in what is his second time in 3 games in which he has scored 40 points or more. Alperen Sengun, 21.7 rebounds, 7 assists, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists from the veteran Eric Gordon. Garrison Matthews contributed 10 points, 3 rebounds. Jay Sean Tate, 11.7 rebounds, 1 assist. Terry Heason, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. All without, notice we don't hear the names of Kevin Porter Jr. We don't hear the name Jabari Smith Jr. So Jalen Green did all the heavy lifting last night, which lifted them to a victory. Like basketball haiku. I got you, bro. But I mean, sometimes you got to, what's the term? Fake it till you make it. Sometimes that volume scoring and be proficient, especially if everyone else isn't. Like a broken play works all the time. Drunk. That's what I say. A broken play works all the time. So yes, you're trying to run your offensive sets and everything like that, and you got your man just basically blistering. They basically playing backdoor ball. So where, you know what I'm saying, your zone doesn't work when people are playing off a run and gun IQ, where it's just like, okay, we just balling. That's it. UNLV Rebels, running Rebels, 93. You know what I'm saying, or stuff like that. It just doesn't work. So that's kind of what you can have in Houston. I'm very sure Coach Silas wouldn't come out and be like, yeah, we're just going to go with a running gun style. But if that's what it was, we'd be able to see it to where it's like it's no sets, people backing out one-on-one. You basically just go out there, lobs, and just go out there having fun. Maybe that's what they need right now until they can walk it in and get some veterans that can help bring the young guys along. No, I don't feel it at all. Drunk. Harden back in Houston, nah. I think he just needs to let that go, and just stay where he is. Like if that's what it is. Go back to Houston once you retire and decide I want to basically be known as a Houston Rocket in the Hall of Fame, as opposed to going back to try to play there. And I think that would set them back without by all means set them back definitely. So if we have James Harden trying to get back to them being with there, he was there at one point. He was at least, not really. He left, and the way he left, you know what I'm saying, probably put a bad taste in the mouth. So I wouldn't want him back, honestly. I wouldn't even do that to those guys if I was Houston. Now, of course, the business aspect speaks differently. Maybe the Houstonians will want James back and will welcome him back with open arms. So from an aspect of trying to put butts in the seats, that's different. But it's got to be the strip clubs. So yeah, so that part is what I'm saying. It's the that it would be the reason why I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. But like I said, uh, Minnesota takes the L, drops to 24-25 on the year. Houston now 11-36 in their quest. I don't know. Is it quest to victor? I don't know. Do you think teams are actually tanking for an opportunity to have an opportunity to get a hold of Victor Wembanyama? Uh, is Victor Wembanyama that much of a talent to where we should be doing that? Like, we got some questions. I got some stuff we're going to talk about, especially in this NBA segment. So it's definitely so. Saying continue to tune in because I want to need y'all feedback on some of the stuff because we're gonna get down and dirty into it. For our 4 more games, of course, on the night, the Chicago Bulls were hosting the Atlanta Hawks last night, in which basically presented us with DeMar DeRozan. Shout out to the homie from the Hub. 1,000 career season in the NBA, in which I guess you could say he didn't disappoint. At least he didn't get the L in that 1,000 season. DeMar DeRozan finished 26 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists. Contribution from Zach LaVine, 20.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists from Patrick Williams. Nikola Vucevic, 14 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists, 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists from Alex Caruso. Kobe White, 10 points. Derek Jones Jr. contributed with 5 points, and Andre Drummond, 4 points, 1 rebound on the night, in which the Hawks didn't have enough to make it happen. 6 players in double figures, but just wasn't enough. Trae Young led that 6 players, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 13 assists, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist from Clint Capella, 11 points apiece from AJ Griffin, John Collins, and Bondadovich. 5 points from Aaron Holiday, 3 from Jalen Johnson, and Frank Kaminsky with 2 points on the night as the Atlanta Hawks fall to the Chicago Bulls at the score of 111-100. The Bulls improved to 22-24, chasing that 500, while the Hawks dropped to 500 on the year at the 24-24. As again, like I said, we get closer and closer to the midway point. Of course, you count them up, you hear it. That's basically a total of 34 games remain on the season. And we're not, like I said, the halfway point is still 3 weeks away. So we'll see where we're at by that time. What else? The Hornets. So another team is seemingly chasing the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. What's good, Khalif? What's going on, sis? Glad to have you formation this morning. Glad you stopped by. Terrific Tuesday to you too. Appreciate you. I'll do this all for you. It's all for you. Utah Jazz, Charlotte Hornets faced off yesterday. The Hornets led by Terry Rozier's 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists from Mason Plumlee. Dennis Smith Jr., 15.3 rebounds, 9 assists. That's a name you don't hear too often anymore. Mark Williams, as well as Gordon Hayward, contribute 11 points apiece, 2 rebounds, 1 assist for Gordon Hayward. Mark, 3 rebounds, 2 points from JT Thor. Kai Jones contributed with 4 points, 9 points from Jalen McDaniels, as well as PJ Washington with 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. But like I said, it didn't sound like it counted, but doesn't sound like enough. As the Jazz, led by Lauri Markkanen's 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists, 18 points, 2 rebounds for Jordan Clarkson, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for Mike Conley Jr. Walker Kessler, 13 points, 9 rebounds, no assists, 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists for Colin Sexton. Ochai Agbaji, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists in 20 minutes of play for the rookie. Malik Beasley, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And you know what? When I look at this, I was looking last night at the All-Star game. Well, hold on. Of course, with that, the Hornets, correction, the Hornets fall to the Utah Jazz at home, 120 to 102. Jazz improving to 25 and 25 on the season. The Charlotte Hornets 13 and 35 on their continued expedition of getting a top seed in the NBA. So I wonder this, right? Does an NBA team, do they come in with the expectation of, we're tanking, we're not going to be competitive this year? Or at what point do they realize they're not going to be competitive and they're like, you know what, this is what we're going to do? Do they come out? Does this get discussed amongst the GM and the coach of the option? Is there a code word? Or like, what is there a look? Is there like a gesture that's like let them know, like, not this game? Like, what happens? What are in those? What's good, Coach Uriah? Glad to see your information this morning, bro. Glad to have you here. What does that look like? I like legitly. What does that look like? When does it get said? How do you come out and tell, as a GM or owner, how do you come out and tell your coach, hey, we don't need to win no games? I think they come in to tank. Spurs roster is built to lose on purpose. And then, so I can see that, Drunk. Basically, you come in with the idea of not facilitating a roster that potentially can compete. But of course, if you have I'm thinking if these players, they're going to want to compete, and sometimes meshing together. Coach Uriah, you in the comments, I see. I like to know your take on this. Do they come in? Coming in and not knowing that you don't have a roster that's full of anybody, people that you ain't really know. But of course, at some point, if you gel together, you can play. And like at this point, even for the Spurs not having a competitive roster, they have 15 professional players at that point. So what does that look like? Potentially, you can string along some games and become a problem. Okay. I think the first half, 2 months of the season dictate. I could believe that all of us thought the same thing, Coach, without a doubt. But of course, it's different. And like, no one, who would have thought Lauri Markkanen would have been putting up these type of numbers? Like, he's an all-star at this point. I guarantee he should be in an all-star game. Just like I can't wait to eat Bishop up when we do this all-star team selection once the players are selected, to where he believes he would be able to pick a better all-star team than I. So we're going to do that, of course, live. Put together an all-star team based on the players that are going. Of course, he choose for the East, I choose for the West, and put together the squad. So, but Coach Cal, 5 and 13 seeds right now are separated by 2. Yes, it's completely different. And then, that's a good point, Coach Cal. It's going down, fam. I might need you to come on and facilitate. But yeah, Coach Cal, true. 5 through 13 seeds right now are separated by 2 in the lost columns. Gotta wait till the mid or end of February. I think it's going to even go a little bit further than that, Coach Cal. Like, we're looking at, like I said, a little over 3.5 weeks until the All-Star break, which is February the 19th. So almost a month, fam. Almost a month in which we still got games to be played. When it might be longer than that, because everyone is considerably close. I mean, we look at the 1 seed, but like you said, we're not talking about the 1 seed. We're talking about 5 to 13. We're talking about mid teams that already would be in the playoffs had this season started, and then you got a couple of teams outside of the tournament playing, and then teams in the tournament playing it, which we're discussing. And they're separated by literally 2 games, which means I win a game, you lose a game, we got the same record. That's crazy, but that's competition. So do you think, and I'm glad you say that, Coach, because I'm always for, skating around and traversing into a whole different topic and subject. Coach Cal, do you think that is going to lead to a good or a bad selection or teams going after some people. Do you think those type of situations lead to a organization with a win now mentality and be like, yo, we just gonna do this to get through this, and if they work out, we'll continue to keep it. If not, we'll just go ahead and go back to what our plan is? Or do you think teams are looking at or are not going to make those moves because it's not in their plans for the future? When you talk about the trade deadline, like you said, your Mavs are skating on thin ice, and with the injuries, which means teams vulnerable to set up and make selections, pick up people, trade people away last night. So definitely keep that. We're gonna definitely get back to that in a second. I'd like to continue on and finish out the rest of this because, of course, we got talks in reference to that. Two more games. Aforementioned San Antonio Spurs faced off against the Portland Trail Blazers, in which it didn't go too well. The Spurs taking the L, losing 127 to 147, another 20-point drubbing, amounting close to the 150-point mark. The Spurs, led by Kevin Johnson's 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, 18.6 rebounds, 4 assists from Jeremy Socon, 12 points apiece from Romeo Langford and Trey Jones. Jones with 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Jones, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 11 points apiece from Zach Collins and Josh Richardson, 13 points from Doug McDermott, 1 rebound to go along with that. And Jakob Poeltl, 14.7 rebounds and 2 assists on the night. Dame Lillard led Portland Trailblazers after getting thrashed by the Lakers the other night after a 24-point deficit being removed. Dame Lillard, 37 points, 1 rebound, and 12 assists, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists from Nusuf Nurkic, 26 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist from Anthony Simons, 19 points, 3 rebounds from Shaden Sharp, 9 points from Josh Hart, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists from Jeremy Grant. Gary Payton II, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist from Drew Eubanks as Portland thrashes the Spurs. They couldn't do that to the Lakers the night before, but nothing be held against them. 127-147. Portland now 22-25 on the season. The Spurs 14-33, and the beat continues to go on. We don't know. You might see a turnaround from the Spurs. They did it last year. You never know what could happen. And last but not least, could this be a no Ja situation as the Sacramento Kings, hot streaking Kings, get the dub last night, 133-100. If you look at all the points, it's a tremendous barrage, a scoring explosion. Think just like we just talked about, 150 points to 130 in one team, 147 to 127 for another team. This one, 133 to 100, over 200 points, over 600 points scored in just 2 games, 3 games on the night. This particular one, the Grizzlies tried to give it what they can. Desmond Bane was the high scorer with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for the Memphis Grizzlies as Ja Morant sat out. Jaren Jackson Jr., 19 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Dylan Brooks, 13 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists from Xavier Tillman. Tyus Jones, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. 9 points from Jair Williams, 8 points from Santa Adama, and 6 points from Brandon Clark. For the Kings, they were led by Trey Lyles, 24.7 rebounds. As they had a hot shooting, they scored 12 three-pointers in the first quarter alone, starting out 10 for 10 from beyond the arc. 24 points, like I said, from Trey Lyles, 7 rebounds to go along with that. 20 points apiece from Harrison Barnes and Keegan Murray, 9 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. A triple-double for Domantas Sabonis, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. Darren Fox, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. Kevin Horton, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on the night. 6 points apiece from Davian Mitchell and Terrence Davis, and 2 points and from PJ Dozier in what was a 33 thrashing. With the win, Sacramento becomes 27-19 on the season. Memphis 31-16. Getting back to the comments of Coach Ron and the Speakeasy responded to Coach Cal. Luca said he wants to see some changes. Can't wait to see what they do. Woo! I don't know. Coach Uriah agrees with Coach Cal. A lot of teams have be active at the deadline to improve. Right now, there's a legitimate 3 teams that can win it all: Warriors, Celtics, and Bucks. Do we really put the Warriors in there? Is that based off of their history, Coach Uriah, or do we actually think that they are um, that team right now? Of course, Ron wants to put the Sixers. I give the Sixers their props. They be moving up, creeping on the come up. I say quietly but surely, slowly as they crept. What about teams like Brooklyn, Denver? Like I think there's a whole lot of teams that legitly are contenders here. Or am I being fool's gold? Coach Cal responds back, I don't know who gets it, but either coach or one of the players in Sacramento better have some individual hardware by the end of the season if this continues. So I agree, Coach Cal, but I don't think it's enough yet. Let's say, like you said, Coach Brown can get Coach of the Year, possibly. But look at the other potential candidates. Most improved, yeah, coach. In which round I was about to say and speak on that. Probably most improved player, but who like most improved player? Sabonis, Darren Fox. But definitely, there's a lot of coach of the year candidates. When you look at it, you got coach of the years, and you got the coach in Boston who wasn't even expected to be a head coach initially. He's playing, he's moving along. You got the coach in you got a coach in who else? Oh, the coach in Utah, who basically he got picked up, and then which was the former coach who was a former coach of the Boston Celtics, who got hired by the Utah Jazz. He, like we was talking about yesterday, we expected Utah Jazz to be nowhere in the in the in this conversation. And he's going, so it's a lot of coach of the year candidates, and I think Brown, unfortunately, he's not going. I don't think Sacramento is doing enough for him to get into that conversation, but they definitely doing work. I give them that. What's good, fam? What's going on, Bishop? How you doing, sir?
What's good? What's good? WGL, what's going on, man? What is going on?
Coach. Oh, I don't believe in those teams. Sixers have relied on Tobias Harris. The Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. Both players are too inconsistent. When needed, does anyone really believe in Doc Rivers? No, I don't think so. He need to make a move ASAP. Why do you say that, drunk? Why do you think the Heat need to make moves? You wouldn't, but Brooklyn in the conversation. Well, he said I wouldn't put Brooklyn. You wouldn't put Brooklyn in the conversation. I think Brooklyn's doing pretty well. I mean, they're without Kyrie. I mean, not Kyrie. They're without KD. But I mean, they was there. When KD comes back, they can make another move. I think. I think it's tiers to it. I think we're actually looking at tiers. When you look at it, like I could say that what Coach Uriah was talking about with the Bucks and Boston being upper tier. Then next tier, possibly the 76ers, Denver, Milwaukee. I mean, not Milwaukee, Denver, maybe Memphis and Philadelphia in that second tier, and then a third tier you start to put um, the other teams like Utah and a couple of others that's starting Brooklyn and starting to make noise. So maybe Brooklyn isn't in that tier yet, or they was there at one time, but as a lot of teams were, and now they got to get back there. Doc Rivers is a clown because of production so spread out. I believe the top 4 finishes in the West should grant Coach Brown top 2 choice rookie of coach of the year consideration. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Don't think we're going to see a big splash. I don't either. I don't foresee a big splash coming up either, which we're going to talk about there shortly in a few minutes. KD, Kyrie, rest health. Do you believe that, Bishop? If KD and
Absolutely.
Kyrie rest healthy, are and Kyrie and rest
Yep, true threat. True threat. You just seen the win streak they was on when both of them was playing.
that true that drunk Heat played a lot this season. They missed some pieces. Maybe a score. Jimmy all the time for me. It's just too much Jimmy all the time for me. Well, that's what he came there for. He want that.
I can see that.
What do you think about getting off Ben? Ben, you think it's time to move Ben, or he's too early?
I don't
That's the long
know,
side.
bro. That Ben Simmons, bro. Like, this
You
dude,
want to give him
you
an
want to give him,
opportunity
yeah,
because
but
you know what he's been through. Where it's like, bro, how far does that go, really?
yeah, it's just like, man, can you figure it out? Being like, figure something out for us, bro. Like, do something.
So Donovan talks about the trade yesterday. Of course, the Los Angeles Lakers were the first to drop a gauntlet in the trade season before the trade season finishes up on the 9th, in which the Lakers traded Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round draft picks to the Washington Wizards for Ryu Hachimura, in which everyone say the Lakers got away with highway robbery. They said the Lakers got away with robbery due to the fact of, when you look at it, those 3 draft picks are spread out across from now to 2029. So the Washington Wizards will get the Lakers' second-round draft pick this year for the 23, which is kind of bad because they get someone else's draft pick from the Lakers, but they get the 29 draft pick. They get the 2023 second-round pick. They get the 2029 second-round pick, and they get whoever has the best 2028 draft pick for the second round in 2028. So is that bad, Bishop? Is that highway robbery? Nah. Because let's keep it real, right?
You don't never think anything is highway robbery when it's in your
It's not highway robbery.
And when it's in your favor, if it's one of your squads, it's always cool. But if let it be somebody else's squad, oh, that's BS and that's nonsense. Oh, they
Think about it. Let's keep a perspective, right? Mm-hmm. There's only 2 rounds in which you can draft in the NBA.
Okay.
There's only 2 rounds. Okay. So that means the top 60 players between college and the G League and no, they should already be drafted in the G League unless they're an in-night player. That's 60 players between college and international players.
Right. Okay.
So it might not be a bad. Kyle Kuzma was a late to second round draft pick. He was all right. So I just think, I don't know if it's highway robbery. I think for the distance, the time frame, because you don't know what it's going to be like come in 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Or 6 years from now, technically, 29 and 28.
29, yeah.
So you don't know what that's. He said the Wizards finesse. See, Drunk said the Wizards finesse the Lakers, in which that could be true. But because Ryu might not be bad. Like, technically, when you look at it, they're giving up. Ryu scores 13 points a game. Kendrick Nunn scores 3 points, 10 points a game. That's the difference of 3 points. Ryu is a guard. I mean, is a forward. So he might have some defense. He might be able to be a defender, 3-and-D guy. Kendrick Nunn is a guard that can fill it up when going. Of course, he came to the Lakers late, and he had an injury that kind of like kept him out his first year, and he got traded. So Ryu since has drafted that second round pick. He has underperformed in Washington. From the Wizards' perspective, they got the 3 picks equal to his draft. And the Drunk said he was finessed. They was finessed. Yeah, currently, and that's what it is. The Wizards have deposited the Lakers with 4 players at this point: Russell Westbrook, Tony Brown, Thomas Bryant, and now Ryu Hachimura. That's what we have. 4 in the last 2 years. 4 of the Wizards players have moved on to LA. Bryant was traded to LA. Well, Bryant was traded to Thomas Bryant was traded to Washington with Kyle Kuzma for Russell Westbrook, and they got Bryant back, and who has basically been helpful in filling in for Anthony Davis to a degree. I mean, he's not putting up the points, but he's being helpful. So I think it's cool. I mean,
of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Without question, of course you do. It ain't like you would be wrong. Like, it ain't like you like, nah. Of course you would think it was cool.
At this point, the Lakers have never drafted a player. Front come the Wizards West. Y'all play like them too. Drunk always with the joke. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's basically where we're at with it for the most part. So I'm not too
Of course you're not.
I mean we
Of course you're not.
it's still
This
got
is your
we
squad.
got
Of
more
course I'm
people
not. Of
potentially
course,
we can
of course not. You're not. That would be foolish to say that you would be.
Lakers draft options are steadily dwindling under pressure of appeasing LeBron. He's that I see about to drain your next victim's pockets. Oh my goodness. That's with the Kobe. That's the same thing Kobe did. Like, and it's always comes towards the end of end of their careers. Kobe did the same thing, in my opinion. He was there. We couldn't get anything going. He was getting 50 million and wasn't playing. And then wasn't playing as much. So yeah. So I mean, but LeBron's last years and Kobe last years are two different things. Kobe wasn't average 30 points a game.
Kobe ain't 6'9", wasn't 6'9" either.
Does that really matter, Bishop?
Hell yeah, that makes a difference. The build makes a huge difference.
That,
LeBron,
so would
LeBron
you
got about 20 to 30 pounds on Kobe. Easy. Easy.
Yeah, but
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, but Kobe didn't have to. Kobe wasn't a banger. He
Exactly.
so
that makes a huge difference.
So yeah, so that makes it. Yeah, I get you. That makes a difference. But I'm saying if okay, I guess you. I get what you're saying, but I'm just thinking like Kobe didn't have to go through that. He didn't have to go through the middle. He didn't have to go down low and all that type of stuff unless
That's
he was
the
a
whole
mouse in the house.
Exactly. That's the whole difference. The biggest difference is the fact that Kobe didn't have to bang like LeBron has to bang.
Jay Crowder in Phoenix. I mean in Brooklyn. Jay Crowder ain't going nowhere. I don't think.
Would I take Jay Crowder in Brooklyn over if he
Phoenix?
wants out of Phoenix?
He wants out of Phoenix. Yeah, you know
he's
been on. He ain't played. He ain't played this year. He been wanting out of Phoenix. Phoenix gonna release him. So he just benched.
Oh, I don't know.
The Lakers will leave.
No, that's a good question. I don't know.
They're throwing away the second round picks. Like the talent isn't deep these days, and not a lot of these young guys don't need 2 to 3 years to be sure you can steal guys in the round. It's true that, and that's why I'm saying, Coach Cal. That's why I'm saying it's not a bad pick. Like that's not bad. They basically it's only 2 rounds. Like people either develop swiftly or they're already ready to go. They just don't look like they are in the second round. So those picks aren't bad. Like it could be a case to where they did get finessed to where I just hoping Ryo Hachimura improves quickly. He's young. He's only 24 years old. So hopefully he does end up working out and becomes a serviceable player. Another person we got player Austin Reeves is still out. Lonnie Walker the fourth is still out. So we got players in the that's in the weights. We just got to get them healthy again. And with the AD potentially coming back, we can make that run, which we're talking about. He don't want to hear that, your Coach Africa. That's why I'm not. You know what? I'm Coach Africa. Like I said, I'm not going to say.
You act like we didn't win. You act like we didn't win, Coach Africa. This is what you would say. You act like we did not win yesterday, Coach Africa. I don't have the Philly thing up for a reason. I don't have the Philly thing up for no reason. You act like we didn't win on Saturday. Don't get it twisted, partner. Y'all got to come see us. We're not playing it for the 49ers. We're not playing in San Fran. Y'all coming to good old Lincoln.
You know what we'll do, Bishop? I will create Bishop, I'm gonna create a graphic that's gonna say bang.
No, y'all
bang.
on the chopping block. Look, we ain't on the chopping block. Y'all on the chopping block because y'all coming to our city.
I'm gonna create a graphic that says bang bang Richard Bishop. And if y'all win, I will put the It's a Philly thing graphic behind me. If we win, you're gonna have to put up the bang bang graphic behind you throughout the rest of the NFL season.
That worked.
Okay. Bang, bang. But so of course that so he said Thorin couldn't if the Wizards traded 4 players to the Lakers back to back, there's something wrong with their owner. Inside the 3-point line is going to be like a tight closet. Then AD get back with LeBron and Ryu. Oh, y'all, I'm talking about Glock Purdy, Jalen Hurts. There you go, drunk. That's what I'm talking about, drunk. That's what I'm talking about, drunk. So you know what? Oh, I'm not gonna say that yet. I'll wait till we get to the NFL. I'll talk about that. Bitch,
What does that
why
mean?
you look like that, bro?
What does that
Glock
mean?
Purdy is better than Jalen Hurts.
No,
Brock
he's
is
not.
better than
You
Jalen
don't even
Hurts.
believe that. You don't even believe that. You don't even believe that, bro. Because Brock Purdy might have won some games. Jalen Hurts is 13-1, partner. That's one thing Brock Purdy is not. He is not 13-1. He might be 8-0, but he is not 13-1, partner. You don't even believe that. Brock Purdy is not in nowhere conversation, in nobody's conversation, that he's better than Jalen Hurts. Nowhere. You best believe that. Y'all crazy drunk. You drunk. I need you to drink some water. If you think Brock Purdy is better than Jalen Hurts, are you serious right now? Just because he beat Dallas don't mean he's better than just because he's better than Dak Prescott right now. What that does not matter. You're talking about the past, bro. You're talking about the past. Jalen Hurts' first 7 games, he didn't have an AJ Brown. He didn't have a Dallas Goedert. He didn't have a Miles Sanders.
He had Gainwell.
Gainwell was a wide receiver then. He was not running back.
He had Gainwell. He had
and he had a lot of people who ain't there no more. That's what he had. He had who?
Ertz.
Oh, okay, give you Ertz.
He had Gainwell. He had Rigger.
And who ain't there no more?
He had Whiteside.
Who ain't there no more? Yeah, thank you. Why you sitting here talking about Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy got who? CMC. Who he got? Debo Samuels. He got who? Kittles. Really? We're not even finna compare the two, partner. Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Fault?
Try again, drunk. Try again. What we will not do is act like Brock Purdy don't got nobody. Where Jalen Hurts at the beginning didn't have nobody. Only person he had was Devontae. That was it. That's all he had. He ain't had nobody else. The rest of them cats he talking about right now, he talking about Gainwell. He was a wide receiver. They didn't converted him to a running back now. Yes, we had Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz was hurt. He's no longer there. He's over in whatchamacallit.
Before we get into the, I want to have to put a what's called on this. So before we get into it, it was something I was saying I wanted to talk about and discuss, right? So we know LeBron is coming in and heading in. Is locked in on the most points in NBA history, right? But of course, before LeBron got even close to that point, there were 7 other players prior to that time frame before he even got close, before he even came to this point. Of course, the first one being Joe Folks, back from 1956 to 1952, held the most points in NBA history. After Folks, of course, the beloved George Mikan held that from 1952 to 1957. After that, Ed Macaulay held it for 1957. Dolph Shays rocked out 1957 to 1963, holding that. And then from 1963 to 1966, Bob Pettit held the distinction as the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Of course, after that point, Wilt Chamberlain from 1966 to 1984 held the distinction as the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. But that's where I want to start and have the conversation at, right? Was Wilt Chamberlain dominant, or was Wilt Chamberlain, was he a good dominant player, or was he just dominant over the players during his time frame? If that makes sense. Like, I understand he averaged 50 points for a season. 50 points for a season. He scored 100 points in the paint. 100 points in the game. We all know that. He grabbed 55 rebounds over Bill Russell at one point. Let me put that so when we get to the NFL, I can make sure I hit those points. He was one of the game changers in the NFL. Like, keep this in mind, right? Like, they had to change the lane because of him, because he was able to straddle the lane that kept him out the lane for and he could camp in the lane. So that point, Drunk, and then you get where I'm going with this, Drunk. Was Wilt Chamberlain that good in general, or was he just the dominant player at a time in which it wasn't people that could match him? And then we entered Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who basically broke Wilt Chamberlain's all-time scoring record in 1984 and is the current one over 40 years later. But, of course, looking down the sights is LeBron James of breaking that record. But I asked that, was Wilt Chamberlain that dude, or was it just a sign of the times that afforded him the opportunity to be that dude? Like, if you was to sit up and take Wilt and put him in the league now, could you think his skills transfer over to where he would still be talked about? Or will you see Kareem, maybe Shaq, and all that type of stuff still be those dominant players? Drunk said Kareem would eat today too. He said Wilt would be Hassan Whiteside this year around now. Let's be honest, Wilt was one of us going to be the rec league suburban community averaging 40 points, so many rebounds every Saturday. And that's what I'm getting at. But I understand Wilt shouldn't be ridiculed for that, but he was just Johnny in the spot at that point. He was there at the right time. I mean, yes, he played against Bill Russell, but at that point, Bill Russell was on the outs, I think. It was going to become the coach. So it's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Africa, he was like Drunk said earlier, he had no type of skills besides dunking and goaltending, enough said. And I look at that, like he lived off of, he was like stolen valor. I said it. Wilt is like stolen valor. He's basically living off of the fact of he was just the guy at that time. If you was in the city, no, he would be I see to beat. If you was in a small city to where we know that everyone knows, like, oh, you went away to war and you came back, unless you have people that are Googling and looking at stuff, no one won't know if you come back in your chest full of things that you done got and you tabbed up. No one's gonna know. They're gonna know. No one's gonna know. They're gonna know. No one knows that. So when I look at it, it's like Wilt. I think Wilt was stolen valor, and he's been living off that. But I mean, it was his era. 1959 and 64, Wilt averaged 40 to 50 points per game. The NBA had 8 to 10 teams. He doesn't have anything to compare to. Same with Kareem and Russell. They played in different times. Got it, Coach. Completely understand. Completely understood. I'm sorry. Completely understood. So you're saying that due to his era, he's deserving of the accolades in which he has. It's just unfortunate that he was the biggest man in the league at that particular time. In today's league, you think he's a Clint Capella? He would be a Clint Capella Africa? Really? Who could Africa? I mean, at that point, I don't think he could do anyone. Well, so Yao Ming probably would have ate Chamberlain. Bill Russell would do better today than Bill could lock up 1 through 5. 5-star athlete in a big city moving to a 1A small town community and killing everybody, knocking down the women and having free meals in local town. That was what was going on. That's exactly what was going on. So it's just one of the things that came up in my mind today. Like when I was going over and looking at that, like we have had 7 all-time NBA leading scorers, in which is slowly but surely, as time got better, as time went on, people were better. Wow, really, Coach Uriah? Will equals Shaq, Kareem equals Hakeem, Russell equals Garnett if you compare them to players today. For his era, though. You saying for the era, like Wilt was Shaq in his era, is what you're saying, Coach Uriah? Not saying that Wilt now would be Shaq. You're saying Wilt was Shaq. I don't think Wilt would be successful in the era now. But I think you're saying for that. I think I get if you're saying for that era. Coach Africa, I think he's making a point that for the era is what basically we're speaking of. Y'all, it's crazy. If those players play today, that's who they would be. Oh no! What? You really think that, Coach Ryan? Wow, you think Wilt? I can see Kareem and Hakeem, but Wilt Shaq if in air? I don't know about that. You muted if Wilt Chamberlain played in this era that he would be Shaq. No, I don't think. I
don't agree with that one.
Yeah, Kareem and Hakeem, I can get down with possibly. Russell or Garnett, I don't know, but I don't think
Russell who?
Bill Russell.
Oh.
But in this era, yeah, I don't think. I just think Wilt was he was in an era that he was able to be dominant, and I think he started to digress once we got deeper into the era where he played against those other players. Wilt was stronger than Shaq and just as athletic.
How you know? How can you say that? How can you say he was stronger than Shaq, Coach Hunter? How can you physically say that he was stronger? How do you know that? None of you talk about none of the the current bigs can guard Shaq.
So nowadays the current bigs were too big.
Shaq was a smooth 350. I got exactly easy. And you saying Wilt wasn't that big, man. Shaq, I mean, he was a big dude, tall wise, but as far as weight, Shaq got Wilt by weight, bro.
Shaq said to himself, Wilt bench press over 500 pounds.
That's cool, bro. You know what? Pushing weight and pushing bodies is two different things, bro.
Oh, Shaq could get. You know what? Shaq, I don't know if y'all agree with this or not. Shaq could get 8 in this era.
What do you mean get 8? What does that mean?
Shaq. He wouldn't be able to hang in this era.
Trey, stop drinking, bro.
He wouldn't. They're too athletic now. That's not.
I don't give a damn. What that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Shaq would not be that dude in this era.
Yes, he would. He would definitely be that dude in this era. Man, are you serious? I'm gonna tell you right now, the Orlando Magic Shaq. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody could fool with the Orlando Magic Shaq. Nobody. I don't care who. Nobody in this era could fool with the Orlando Shaq. When he was light on his feet, nobody in this era. Definitely not Joker. Definitely not Embiid. Definitely not Giannis. None of them. Now, would they be able to score and put points up? Absolutely. Not saying I'm not taking anything away from these bigs nowadays. But in the paint, he's killing them. They're not stopping him in the paint, bro. With no way, form, or fashion. Shaq, what do you think they call him? Diesel. Really? They're not stopping that dude, bro. And you can try to bring your butt in that paint. I name how many people that dunked on Shaq. And this is the Keem Olajuwon era. This is the Patrick Ewing era. That's the Barkley era. That's Bill Laimbeer era. That's all these. Name somebody like that was really just dunking on Shaq like that. And I'll wait. And thank you, drunk, lean, mean, and deadly. That boy was light on his feet. He had just came out of LSU. He hadn't put on none of that weight that he got later on when he went to the Lakers and other teams in the Heat and stuff like that. Man, please. There's no way.
So think about it like this, right? What made Shaquille O'Neal the Diesel and made him the most dominant force in the NBA?
His presence in the paint.
His weight and
his presence in his presence in the paint. His presence in the paint and how big he was and how strong.
And that's what I'm saying. Coach Uriah said it right there. You seen what Hakeem did to
finessed
Shaq.
him. He finessed him. That's what he did to Shaq. He didn't dunk on Shaq. He finessed him. He knew Shaq couldn't guard him in regards to like total physical, not physical, but more so. He finessed Shaq. He didn't kill him. He didn't like just dunk on Shaq in the paint. He finessed him, kill him with the turnaround jump on the baseline, the hooks, the under-ups, catch him.
So what I get from you, from your point, Bishop, is what you're saying is lean, mean Orlando Magic Shaq would have been okay, let me make sure I get this right before I set up a rebuttal. So what I'm getting from you is you said lean, mean Shaquille O'Neal, Orlando Shaq would have been a problem. Well, everyone else is saying that Lakers Shaq would have been a problem because he wouldn't have been. No one would be able to stop him in the post, in the paint.
So let me explain. Right, lean, mean out of LSU, Orlando Shaq was a beast. He wasn't a shooter. He was just dominating. That's all he could do was dunk, and there was no way you stop it because he was light on his feet to be so big. Fast forward, Lakers Shaq put on weight 20, 30 pounds. Straight solid rock in the paint. If you come in there, bro, you better be bringing it because this dude, it was no longer he was light on his feet. Now it was just straight power. When you come in that paint, you better be able to knock down some shots or be able to, because if you coming in there, you're not dunking on Shaq. You're not.
So what I see is during that time frame, the closest thing that we have to the centers that we have now back then was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Right.
In both of those eras, the Shaq that was in Orlando
and
the Shaq that was in the Shaq in Orlando and the Shaq in Los Angeles.
And don't sleep on the Heat.
Shaq and he bodied both of those Shaqs. Yao Ming put problems up for that Shaq. So that's what I'm saying. I think nowadays centers would eat Shaq for the simple fact of that's if their blueprint is what did Hakeem do? Like, yeah, we know that Shaq's presence, if Shaq was to sit up and bling his body, like some of the stuff in which we see with the centers nowadays is not going to sit up and work because he's going to put his body on them. He's going to try to get them because if they got to defend, he's going to try to get them into foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But at the point in which they learn, that's what Shaq is going to do. It's over for him. They learn the defense. If someone was to learn like one-on-one, yes, I get it. They're not going to it's not going to happen because he's going to bag them down, and get them under the basket. And either you foul or you let it happen. It's one of two things. But I think they will outperform Shaq on the opposite end. That's why they come up with the Hacker Shaq because he couldn't stop him in a decade.
That's the whole reason why Hacker Shaq came up. Just like they had the Jordan rules and stuff. That's why they had Hacker Shaq, because they knew we cannot stop this dude in the paint. So let's put him on the line. That's the way we stop. Put him on the line because we know we can't stop him in the paint. We know he's garbage at shooting free throws. Put him on line. We rather let them not get any points than let him continue to get 2 and 3 points every time he in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Hacker Shaq. Don hit it right on the head. That's why they created Hacker Shaq. The Wilt to Shaq comparison not for all fellas. I think we disrespected Wilt because he didn't play when TV existed. No, I'm not saying no. I don't think Wilt. I'm not. I'm not saying
I think
it's not far.
Wilt,
I do agree with
Wilt,
you. It's
like I
not
say,
far.
no,
It's not
Wilt
far.
is stolen valor. Wilt is stolen valor. Even more so, I think about Wilt is stolen valor. Wilt played at the time to where he was able to dominate, and say it was like Shaq playing with elementary skills.
But the only reason, and this is my take, and y'all can rebuttal this. The only reason why I felt like Wilt dominated the way he dominated in the NBA at that time was the fact that they
He
had
was the only
never
person
seen.
at that time.
They never seen a specimen like that.
Exactly.
They had never seen nothing like that. A guy that tall, that athletic, being able to handle the ball and do the things he was able to do in the paint and on the court at in that era. That was unseen. So I think that's why because they had never seen nothing like that, it was hard to defend Wilt. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. I mean, y'all can argue that, but that, in my opinion, that's what that was. It was something that was never seen before. So he came in at a time where people was like, wow, who is this so-called god of basketball who's coming in here and just killing everybody? And there was nothing you could do about it. And so that's why I think Wilt was what he was. Now, would Wilt be able to contest and be a threat in today's?
Hell no.
I don't think so.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. And that Shaq comparison, I think it's further off than what what you need to describe about Wilt is exactly how you speak about Shaq in this era.
No, because Wilt had already came and gone. We had seen the Wilts. We had seen the Bill Lane Beers.
Well, I get what he's saying, that Shaq is, saying Wilt back then was Shaq in his era.
In his era. Got it.
But
I know. But in a way, we had already still seen Wilt, though. So we seen something of something similar. That's why I say I can't agree with Coach Hunter in regards to
how they're not that far off.
Comparison. Yeah, the comparison. I get that. That's why I say, okay, I understand where he's saying where it's not that far off in comparison. But I don't know. I don't know if Wilt could do what he did then now in today's NBA. I don't know. I don't even know if Shaq could do what he did now in today's NBA.
That's what I'm saying. It would be hard.
It would be, but you said no, but you said he wouldn't be able to do what you said that he wouldn't. Man, yes, he would still be a force. He would still be considered.
Let's count them off. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No.
Joel Embiid.
What are we counting off? What do we count?
Who we would be facing now if that was the case? Okay. Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. Joker.
Nikola Vucevic.
Yep.
Jokic.
Yep. Steve Adams.
Karl Anthony Towns. Rudy Gobert.
Yep. Adams.
Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Wood.
Okay.
Robert Williams. Who else? Clint Capella.
Mm-hmm.
He said he putting them all in the room. Who else? Who else? Let me see. Nurkic. Pato. Who else? Let me
True, Coach Honest. True.
He said, look at the numbers. Yeah, Dwight. What's funny is Orlando was drafting centers back then. Mm-hmm. Like they was legitimately putting some people in. So that's just a few, which I just Jared Allen, Nick Claxton, Pascal Siakam was a power forward. Anthony Davis, like, dude, Willie, come on, bruh, stop playing. Shaq had played in the old days. The technology wasn't up to par to stop him from shattering backboards. They probably would have made rules calls for Shaq. Bam Adebayo. Yeah, man. It's Shaq would have problems this year. Shaq would have more problems than a little bit.
They made breakaway backboards.
No, Moses Malone is why they made breakaway backboards.
Well, true for it.
Shaq was why they had to sit up and had to sit up and do something because his weight at that time frame. Yeah,
right.
Weight
because
and
he was bringing down the goals. You're right. I forgot about Moses was shattering backboards first, but yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. I think I didn't say this. I think Shaq would have that dominance. If Shaq hadn't been named the dominant player at that time, I don't think he would get it nowadays because he would have more problems in a little bit. The evolution of the center position would give him problems. He'll be like an old dinosaur still trying to live off of
No, because he would
bigger
evolve
dinosaurs
just like
flying.
that's just like people saying about
You
Michael
think he
Jordan.
would have evolved?
Yeah, that's just like you saying. That's just like people saying Michael Jordan wouldn't be able to survive in today's NBA. You evolve. You play to. We all have said, even on almost every sport, you play to the capacity of your competitors. So if the
Oh
game
yeah,
is
Jordan
good,
would be great in this era because it's more is
absolutely,
open for scoring.
absolutely, and I think Shaq would too.
Oh no,
I feel like he would evolve. He
you
would
think so? I
evolve.
don't.
I think he would work on different parts of his game more because the game has changed. He wouldn't just be able to be the dominant player like he was in the paint, like back then, compared to how the bigs are playing now. He wouldn't. He would have to find ways to better his game. The Shaq type of center doesn't exist in the NBA anymore. Dwight and Draymond, the best, are the last of those players. Joker and NBA are the evolution of today. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's why I say Shaq would have to evolve.
I don't think he had. I don't think Shaq has the capacity. Had the capacity to evolve.
Why wouldn't he? Why?
Because I think he was stuck in his ways.
He didn't have to, but he didn't have to then. There was no need to evolve then. What you was doing then was successful for you. You didn't have to.
Would you say that
you had a handful of centers who could shoot the rock on the baseline?
I was about to say, would you say that it was a handful? Like we had, it was already back then, in my opinion, we already had people that was starting to evolve on Shaq already. You had Sabonis, who was a passing, who was a big that could pass.
Bro. We do know that he couldn't evolve with the free throws.
you had Sabonis, who was already evolving. Mm-hmm. You had Akeem, who had already evolved, you had Yao Ming, who was evolving. And I think the only thing that stopped Yao Ming is the simple fact that he couldn't outgrow, he couldn't beat health.
Mm-hmm. Health
and
was
genetics. Right. Yeah, he couldn't beat health and genetics. That's the only thing that didn't help him for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sabonis was already starting to be that that evolutional center. So I just don't know. I mean, of course, so there's no way to find.
So was Dirk. Dirk was one of the centers to sit down in the paint, outside the paint, shooting threes.
And that's true, Coach Uriah. Coach Kyle said, "Oh,
hold on, go back, Coach Kyle."
What he said,
Russell sure did get a ton of rebounds to have been in an era where quality possessions and shots were supposedly at a premium. Who was missing layups? You're right. Shaq's career in today's NBA is equal to Dwight. He would have been phased out due to his inability to stretch the floor and shoot. You comparing Shaq to Dwight ain't no. I get it. Shaq couldn't shoot threes. He couldn't shoot that. He wasn't a mid-range shooter. He wasn't. But still at the same time, neither is Anthony Davis. He's not that shooter like that. Yeah, he might knock her down a three here and there, but very rarely is he doing that. Big Cat, every now and then. The disrespect. I feel you, Coach Africa. I feel you. Like Dirk shot mid-range most of the time. Facts, he did, and he shot threes. Don't get me wrong. Dirk could knock down threes. That's it.
Yeah, when he stretched him out, but he was a mid. He was a midi, so that's where he. He was the first to bring.
Anything 8 feet, 10 feet away from the rim, he was shooting it off the backboard, nothing but net. You know what I'm saying? That was Dirk's game. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a big banger in the paint. That wasn't his game. But it is what it is. I still feel like Shaq could play in today's NBA. I still feel like he would be a force in today's NBA. Yes, the game has evolved a great deal. It's a shooter's game now instead of a paint game. Inside game, it's a shooter's game.
I just think that it would have been 8, just like how I'm going to do you when we do the draft.
I can't wait
for the All-Star draft.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. You hear me? I cannot breathe.
Just wait.
Hey, I
Matter of
cannot
fact,
breathe.
we're gonna have to find someone to moderate that day, so that way.
Yeah,
We'll say
who? Oh, you said you don't know when
find,
the draft is yet?
we don't know yet. They just I seen the third round of fan vote, and currently Giannis Antetokounmpo has taken over Kevin Durant for the top votes in the East.
Because Kevin hurt.
I can't wait for that day.
Yeah, because Kevin
probably. But I mean, does that really make a difference? LeBron was hurt. LeBron's still number one overall.
Because there's so many D riders on LeBron, bro. It's ridiculous.
That's what we gonna call him.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
As Ron would say, he's a Bron sexual.
That part. That part.
So moving into the NFL real quick. There was another show developing to.
We're moving into the NFL.
Yes, moving into the NFL. Last 30 minutes or so. So first and foremost, Bishop, the NFL produced a power ranking system for last round for what they foresee as for the teams that played last round. It surprised me because some things came in to play as we look at it. So first and foremost, when you look at it, the number 8 of the last teams that played, number 8 would be the New York Giants. Was considered the number 8 team in the power ranking from last week. And number 7, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now this starts to give you pause. I don't know.
We're moving into the NFL. I mean, if we moving into the NFL, we gotta go in the right way. There's no reason for us to move in to the NFL if we don't move in the right way. We gotta go into the NFL properly. Go birds.
And understanding that Sundays are for the birds.
You know what? She sounded like she said "Go Bird," like Rudy Gobert. That's what it sounded like.
Said bird.
Rudy Gobert.
Well, we say it's a Philly thing.
That's all you need to hear right there, baby. It's a Philly thing. With that man right there saying it, Jalen Hurts. Okay, you were saying there's no reason for us not to go. I mean, you can't go into football without that. But anywho, you were speaking of.
At number 7, the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I think probably should be a little higher.
What's this list?
The power ranking for the top 8 teams from last week.
Oh, okay. Who was 8?
When you look, number 8 is the New York Giants.
Okay, that's right. I feel that makes sense.
Really? Let me think about everybody.
Out of the 8 teams, yeah, that makes sense. Who else? Who else would go to 8?
Dallas. Why not put Dallas
Nah.
in?
No? Dallas was in their game. They was in their game. They was in it. Giants was never in that game. Never.
Okay. I could go
never.
with that. I could go with
never.
that. I could go with that. Okay.
Who's 7?
Jacksonville.
No, that should be Buffalo. Buffalo was never in that game. Jacksonville was in the game in Kansas City. Buffalo was never in that game against Cincinnati.
At number 6, the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
So basically, what we're looking at.
Okay, I can take that.
So basically, what we're looking at is honestly, you just gotta keep it 100. You got the 4 teams that won are going to most likely be in the top 4, and then you got the 4 teams that lost are in the top or the bottom 4. What we're saying is that New York was the worst of the bottom of the 4.
In my opinion, yes. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying too. Obviously, New York.
Oh, you said 8 was that? Was
8?
New York,
yeah.
right.
So you know what I'm saying.
But you said 7 was Jacksonville, and I don't.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville probably should be at the top of that 4.
Yeah, they should be 5.
Yes,
5. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then, like you said, who do you put at? Do you put Buffalo at number? Like, is that what you say? You put Buffalo at number 7 in that case? Because the bottom 4 is Buffalo, Dallas, Jacksonville, and New York.
Yeah. So it should be Jacksonville, Dallas, Buffalo, Giants.
So they have Buffalo, Dallas, Jacksonville, Giants.
They got it. In my opinion, they got it wrong in certain areas.
And then, even more so, insult to injury.
Number 4.
The top 4 finishes out. Number 4 is Kansas City. I can go with that.
Okay. 3.
3 is San Francisco.
Okay.
I don't think that should be it.
I think that's fair.
Nah, I think it should be 3 should be 2 should be San Francisco.
Who's at 3? We talking about 3.
3 should be Philadelphia.
Get
which
the
is
hell. We the only
Philadelphia.
one blew out our team. How is
Well,
that?
Philadelphia is number 2.
How is that? How is we number 3 if we blew out our team? The team we faced. That we the only one had the largest margin to win out of all the games.
Yeah, but look who you played. You played
It
the
don't
Giants.
matter. It's the playoffs.
They probably didn't even decide to deserve to be there.
It's not it in Buffalo did.
Wish y'all had did that. You know what? I wish y'all would have. I wish y'all would have. I wish y'all would have played. I wish y'all would have played Minnesota. Minnesota probably would have gave y'all a better game.
The ankle effect. And who's number 1 then? Number 1 is Cincinnati?
Cincinnati's number 1.
Wow. They got that all wrong. It should be Philly.
San Francisco.
Philly, Cincy, San Fran. Then
so why is Philly?
Because San Fran barely beat Dallas. They only beat them by 7. That's it.
When we only beat y'all by 7, I want that same energy.
I'm not worried about it because that's not gonna happen. But I'm just saying, San Francisco being put at 3 is the main reason Dallas should be 5. We made Purdy look like Rush. I'm just we won by the largest victory margin. There's no way we should be 3 or 2. There's no way.
Would you say that? Would you say that Dallas was a better team than New York?
No, because Dallas beat New York twice. No, Dallas beat New York twice. No, Dallas.
So yes, Dallas is a better team than New York.
Right.
Okay.
Your
y'all
point?
played Dallas twice. Y'all played New York twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all beat them both times, right?
All 3 times. We played them twice.
Yeah, the third time.
Right.
So the difference in the margin is obviously, of course, we get that because it was a team in which y'all played 3 times that y'all knew or whatever case like that. So I understand it was born to be a blowout. It was destined to be a blowout.
Why? Because Cincinnati played Buffalo 3 times.
No, they played them twice.
No, they
played them once. I'm sorry, they played them once, and they didn't finish the time they played. They only played the quarter.
No.
Yeah, they're not in the same division. Cincinnati's in the Central or something like that.
Yeah, but I think they played more than once in the season, didn't they?
No, they played once. The one time they only played once. It was that game that they didn't complete. It was only once.
Okay. Yeah, they only played it once. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm not even worried. We could be number 7 for all I care. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even make a difference because last year when we made it to the conference finals, we was a 6 seed. It wasn't expected to give an opportunity, so I could care less where we at. We could be number 8. It doesn't make a difference.
Because
when we handle business on Sunday,
not
at 2:00.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
Okay. What you say? God know the truth, love the truth.
You better read that right there. It's a Philly thing. Y'all ain't finna come to Philly and get us, bro. Y'all not coming to Philly. Y'all might have a better chance if we was playing in San Francisco, but y'all coming to Philly. Y'all coming to Lincoln Financial, baby. Know that.
You know.
Home field advantage plays a part.
This is what you're gonna see all day.
What is that?
The submission cobra. That's what you're gonna see all day from Philly fans.
You got us mixed up with Dallas fans. Yeah, they got whoever got those rankings, they got that all wrong. I don't know how you put Cincinnati first. First off, I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how you do that. That's beyond me. That's actually shocking. I mean, they did win by 17. I get it. I totally get that. They won by 17. I give you that. But we won by 31. Come on, man. Come on.
Against the Giants.
It don't matter. It's playoffs. It don't matter.
And you know what? This is the fun thing, right? The 49ers are currently on a 12-game win streak, which gets overlooked because Philadelphia started out with a 13-game win streak.
No,
They went 13-0 before y'all lost your first game, correct?
no, we went 11-0, I think, before we lost our first game. I want to say it was 11.
Oh, really?
I think it was 11-0. Let me look. I think it was 11-0 before we lost our first game. Let me see. I want to say it was 11-0.
Your first game was Washington, right?
That was our first loss, yeah. So let me see. Preseason. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Wait.
Y'all were 11. Y'all was on an 11-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco currently is on a 12-game win streak
Mm-hmm.
under two different quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Your point?
We're a better team than Philadelphia.
No, you're not.
Just we gonna show it.
No,
right,
I would hope y'all would try to, but y'all played the Cardinals, y'all played the Raiders, y'all played
What's
the
that mean?
Commanders, y'all played the Seahawks, y'all played the Bucks. The last 5 games was who you played. Because you love to bring up the fact. Look at y'all schedule. That's when we was 11-0. That's what you kept running with. Look at y'all schedule. Look who y'all playing against. Let's talk about playing against them. Since we love to bring that up.
Keep in mind, two of those 10 games.
What we won't do, Raiders, Cardinals, Commanders, Seahawks. Come on, bro. Seriously?
And the Cowboys.
No, don't count that. Yeah, okay, yeah. If you count that, now, yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah,
now,
so like I said, we on a 12-game
Cowboys
win
is in the
streak.
playoffs. That's a playoff game.
Exactly. What I'm saying, we're on a 12-game win streak. Two of those 12 games is
The last time y'all
playoff
played
games.
a team. The last time y'all played a
Was
team.
the Kansas City Chiefs, and we lost to them.
The kid, yeah. Look how long ago that was. That was
That's exactly. We're on a 10-game win streak.
Listen, but look at all the teams in between that. Y'all played the Chargers. Y'all
we
played
ain't
the
lost
Rams.
since we lost to them.
I got it. Look who y'all played against. Y'all played the Chargers. Y'all played the Cardinals twice.
Hold on.
Y'all played the Seahawks. Y'all played the Commanders. Y'all played the
who did y'all
Raiders.
play? When y'all won y'all 11 games, who did y'all play?
This is what you won't do. This
y'all
is why
played
I'm bringing-
Minnesota. That was probably about the best team in which y'all played.
No, this is why I'm
And the
bringing it up.
Cowboys.
This is what I'm bringing. And we played the Giants, who all four of those teams was in the had a better records than everybody almost in the we was all NFC East was running it everything at the time. Thank you. So you can't say nothing.
They had a better record than all the other organizations.
Exactly. So you can't say nothing about. So that's two. We playing each one of those teams twice. Each one.
For one, the Giants, when y'all played them initially, might have been a good team. The second time y'all played them, they was trash. Yeah, they even played.
They didn't playoffs. How they trash if they made the playoffs?
They done all their winning earlier. They basically got in because everyone else helped. They got in earlier.
Whose fault is that? Is that the Giants' fault? Is that the Giants' fault? Or is that everybody else's fault?
I get it.
That means Giants had to win to do that.
But basically that's the same thing that goes along with who you saying San Francisco played. I would even give you the fact that they played the Arizona Cardinals twice. I would give you that.
And the Raiders. They didn't play them twice, but they played the Raiders.
But again, the Raiders, that was not our fault. Raiders was
I said too. That's not the Eagles' fault either.
And keep in mind, even the last 5 games, the last 7 games in which we played, the last 7 games in which we have played has been a third string, or we're going to go for so far with that. But in perspective, a third string quarterback who was drafted with the last pick of the 2022 draft is what we're basically winning and who we're winning with.
Your point, you're supposed to win even if you got your third string when you're playing the Cardinals.
You're expected to win. It's different.
Right. And the Raiders.
If y'all third string quarterback was playing, would y'all be winning?
I don't even know who our third string quarterback. We won.
Y'all couldn't even win with y'all second string quarterback.
Yes, we did.
Hurts was done.
Yeah, we did win a game.
No, he went 0-2.
No, he did not.
Minshew lost 2 games.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did lose 2 games.
He lost 2 games. Y'all went 1-2 while Hurts was out.
You right. He did. He did. But we played some. Who did we play?
Y'all played the Giants. I mean, who did y'all play? Y'all played the Cowboys, who we just took care of, and you played the and who else y'all played? Y'all played the Cowboys, y'all played the Giants, and it was someone in between the Cowboys and Giants in which y'all played. And the Saints.
Yeah, the
y'all
Saints.
lost the Cowboys, the Saints, and Jalen Hurts came back and y'all beat the Giants, who was without their starters in the last game.
They had they started this Sunday.
In the last game of the season.
They had their starters this Sunday. Oh, you say that. Okay. So it would have been the same outcome if they would.
San Francisco is better than the Eagles. That's all I'm saying.
Who?
The 49ers are better than the Eagles.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. We all know that's not true.
Shout out to Kyle.
I don't know why. It's the NFL. Every game is tough. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you.
It's going to be a little bit tougher than it.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. If the Eagles even
are
better than the Cowboys, what is it about their offense that makes you think that they won't take down the 49ers? They're not winning, bro. Yeah, the 49ers are not winning. Y'all keep forgetting it's a Philly thing. Y'all coming to Lincoln Financial, baby.
Well, that doesn't make a difference. They ain't start
coming in Lincoln Financial. We 13-1 in Lincoln.
They start making they did not
actually we 14-1 in Lincoln.
They did not stop making losses when they made the Lincoln Financial.
They didn't.
They did not stop making teams losing at home when they made Lincoln Financial.
They didn't. But they stopped this year. They gonna stop this year. Let's go. Shanahan, what is that? Shanahan is better than Sirianni? Your point?
Like,
what is your point about that? What does that got to do with the price of
He's a better coach than Sirianni.
We gonna see. Who's a better quarterback? It ain't Purdy over Jalen. It's showing.
Jalen might be better.
Okay.
Jalen might be better.
Okay.
Just wait.
Oh, boy, what do you think will have happened during the game to have led to a 49ers victory?
Pressure.
Pressure on who?
On Jalen Hurts. Just wait.
And you think pressure's not going to bust Purdy's behind?
The Miko Ryans is going to solidify a head coaching position on Jalen Hurts.
And guess what? Riddick is finna have a field day on Purdy.
Who?
Riddick, number 7.
He might.
It ain't no might. He will.
So this is the difference, right?
And CMC is not finna do what he's been doing.
Keep this perspective, right? This is the difference. This is a huge difference.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it.
This is he is. I think Jalen Hurts is going to win MVP. But keep.
Oh, now you think he's going to win MVP?
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago,
it's kind of hard.
A week ago, he wasn't even.
He's going to probably win MVP.
Get out of here, bro.
So this is the difference. That exact reason why it's going to be a little bit different. If we can lock down Hurts, your team is going to be ineffective. Hurts is the reason that team goes. However, we have more weapons in which we can deploy. That doesn't necessarily mean Brock Purdy has to be.
How do y'all have more weapons than us?
We have 2.5 running backs that are very potent at their position.
And we don't?
No, you do not.
Who are your 2 running backs? And let's compare the 2.
Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell is not messing with Gainwell or Scott.
He is. He's not. He's 100% better than Scott. You are disrespectful to bring Boston Scott to this conversation.
Are you serious? This dude got 10 touchdowns. Serious. Are you serious? Boy, you is out your rabbit mind. You must. Y'all do not have more weapons. Y'all do not have more weapons than us. Y'all do not.
CMC.
No.
First and foremost,
they cancel each other. If anything, they cancel each other out.
Elijah Mitchell and CMC first and foremost, and then we have Deebo Samuels that can tote the rock too. So we don't necessarily need Brock Purdy to sit up and be completely like. But if you eliminate Jalen Hurts from that equation, y'all are dead in the water. Battleship.
And if y'all eliminate, and if y'all eliminate Brock Purdy, y'all have nobody to throw the ball. Nobody. So that means y'all would have to rely on y'all run game, and y'all run game has never seen a defensive line.
Move flare.
Oh no, y'all run game. You can say put Debo back there as quarterback.
We wouldn't put Debo back there as quarterback. We got Johnson. We still have a backup that's a serviceable backup, pretty good backup. He ain't been in that situation, but he's a pretty good backup.
And you really think that backup is going to do something? You out your mind.
I would take him over Minshew. I'd take him over Minshew.
You would be a fool. You would be a fool.
I guarantee
you would be a fool.
You know,
you would be a fool if that's the case. You would be a fool.
If Hurts goes down, y'all are in trouble.
And if Purdy goes down, y'all would be too.
Nah. Remember the conversation we had? Remember the conversation we had like months ago, to where we said and spoke about if all you need is can a mediocre quarterback win with above average receivers, above average offense? What we have is above average offense, and with Johnson would be a mediocre quarterback. Compared to if y'all lose Jalen Hurts, it's a big difference.
No, it's not.
It's a huge difference. Why is he on? It's a huge difference. I just think, insight is, like I said, I don't talk much, but when I do talk, I tend to speak in fact.
No, you're not speaking in fact right now, bro.
San Francisco.
What is Eli? Oh my God, bro. What is Eli? You're really telling? Have you seen Eli Mitchell's stats compared to Scott's? Seriously?
It does.
It does matter.
Those does not matter. What's going to matter is how Eli operates in the game.
The numbers don't lie.
The only thing that might save y'all is the simple fact that Eli and Christian McCaffrey are both laboring right now. They both Eli Mitchell has a groin injury right now, and Christian McCaffrey has a abdominal injury right now.
And Jalen Hurts got a busted shoulder. Now what?
But
Jalen Hurts got a busted shoulder. Now what?
Okay.
All right. So you preach it to the choir. I don't want to hear about these excuses now because you was talking about Eli. They're better than man. Please, bro, stop it. This dude really, bro. This dude.
He's get number one and number two.
He's only played 5 games.
You get who?
Eli.
He was injured twice in a year.
So how can you compare him to somebody who only played?
Because when he played, he was better than Bart Scott. Scott is a third string running back.
He is. It doesn't matter. He gets in the end zone.
Boston Scott is a third string running back.
Still doing better than Eli.
He's a second string running back that doesn't get the burn. Eli Mitchell is the reason why Monster is in Miami right now.
This dude got 2 touchdowns, bro. Eli Mitchell has 2. He got 2 touchdowns.
But like I said, he hasn't played. He was out the whole year.
Whose fault is that? So how can you compare him?
He's still better. That's no difference.
You can't compare.
That's no different if Christian McCaffrey hadn't played.
Bro, that's like saying you sitting here trying to tell me Eli Mitchell is better than Boston Scott.
Better than Boston Scott. You're telling me that because Boston Scott, you're telling me because Boston Scott has 10 touchdowns, he's better than Eli Mitchell because he's playing more. That's no difference. That's like you saying that because Elijah Mitchell because CMC didn't play, Bart Scott is better than Christian McCaffrey. We all know that is not the truth.
Bro.
It doesn't make a difference. I'm talking about what they do on the field. Elijah Mitchell has not had the opportunity to do that on the field.
That doesn't even make sense. You're talking about what does he do on the field? If he played 5 games, he's missed 13 games?
He missed 11 games. He missed
12 games.
12 games.
You can't say what he does on the field. He missed more games than he could been on the field for. You can't tell me what he's done on the field. He's played a handful of games.
I've seen him play. He played.
I don't care what you've seen. If he played last year for the
49ers, who was in the NFC Championship last year.
Did they make the Super Bowl?
Was Boston's Scott on the Eagles team last year?
Yes.
Where was the Eagles at last year at the end of the season?
The same place y'all was at when the Super Bowl came around.
Before we went there,
before the Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl came around, doesn't matter where you are right now.
Where were the Eagles at?
Where were the Eagles at? Were y'all in the Super Bowl?
We did not go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, y'all
went to the NFC Championship game.
Is the big picture?
Where was y'all at last year?
What's the big picture? Is it Super Bowl? Is it Super Bowl or bust? Is it Super Bowl or bust?
True that.
Okay, so everything else is irrelevant.
Like this.
You don't get.
Basically, y'all gonna go sit. Y'all gonna go sit down next to the Dallas Cowboys after tonight.
Y'all sit down next to Dallas. Y'all get
y'all
y'all
gonna
seat
sit
ready.
next to the Cowboys.
Y'all get y'all seat ready. Mitchell can be a 1,000 runner as a starter. Boston Scott only plays well as.
Thank you. Don't talk to.
He's a damn 49er fan. What you expect him to say?
I'm a 49er fan, but again,
exactly.
I cannot be biased in this situation.
Well, they directed towards
Elijah Mitchell is a better running back than Boston Scott.
No, he's
first
not.
and foremost.
No, he's
now
not.
it's like it's just how they show the meme where the Reaper go through the rooms and he takes care of business. So the next thing up is after that is he better than Gainwell because Gainwell is a converted running back. So good and damn well, Gainwell is not better than Elijah Mitchell. First and foremost. None of the running backs which we talk about are better than Christian McCaffrey.
He got to stay healthy enough to be on the field as well.
But again, that does not mean anything. The
fact that Christian McCaffrey got 1,000 yards rushing this year?
He didn't play the whole year. He was
injured. Whose fault is that?
Again,
whose fault is that?
I get that, but it does not mean.
Guess what though? Guess what? Miles Sanders does, and he has 10 touchdowns.
Miles Sanders is going
to be. He does. And guess what? He has 10 touchdowns.
The San Francisco 49ers are better than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's go. The 49ers is not better than the Philadelphia
Eagles. They are
Eagles.
better than
if they was better than Philadelphia Eagles, why didn't they have first round bye? Because we saw both in the NFC. Why didn't they have the first round bye? They better.
Y'all only beat us by half a game.
See, there we go with y'all only. The question is, why didn't y'all have a first round bye? Because y'all played just like
because we lost one more game more than y'all did.
Y'all
started out undefeated. Y'all went the whole year undefeated.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Is that our fault? Or is that
what I'm saying is y'all went the whole year undefeated. So y'all it's no different from trying to catch somebody.
If I'm not mistaken, by you, this is what you said your squad was gonna do. What? Go undefeated for a long period of time by all them when we was doing
we did it on the back end.
No, that ain't what you. No, I said by what you saw in the schedule before the season started. When we found out the schedule, you was like,
but that ended in the first game. We lost our first 2 games.
Exactly. You was win. We
lost our first 2 games.
Whose fault is that?
We lost our first 2 games.
We won our first 11.
Y'all won our first 11.
Whose fault is that?
And we won our last 12.
Okay,
2 of those being two of those being playoff games.
We 14-1 at home. Your point.
Y'all about to be 14-2.
No,
at home.
Buddy,
that's the point.
15-1, baby.
We'll see.
Sounds like a you problem. Thank you, Ron. Sounds like a you problem.
It's going to be a he problem because after San Francisco takes care of them at their home, we'll go take care of whoever the AFC sends in Arizona.
We gonna see
where we won once already this year.
And that's Arizona. What they got to do with us?
We won in Arizona, yes.
Yeah, that's what that got to do with us. What is that? Oh, who cares?
It has nothing to do with y'all because y'all won't be able to have the opportunity.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Don't let what y'all did during the regular season fool you.
I not. Why? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Why
it's a difference. It's a difference in being a fan and being an analyst. 2 different things.
Right.
You're being a fan right now.
No, you're being a fan. You're being a fan, guy. That's who's being a fan right now.
You're being a fan right now.
Do not get it twisted. You're being a fan. Do not get it twisted. That's what you're doing, right, guy.
What did Coach Cal does Purdy stay? He probably doesn't, Coach. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that. That's what I'm saying. That we don't necessarily need Purdy to be. We just need.
Y'all need somebody. Y'all need a quarterback, bro. Y'all cannot just rely on that run game. Y'all cannot.
Why not?
Y'all need. That's all, bro. Y'all could do
we
that.
We don't want to rely. No one wants to just rely on the run game.
Y'all can't do that against us, y'all not. Okay. Y'all not finna allow no run game against us. Y'all not finna do that. We just stopped one of the most prolific running backs in the NFL this past weekend. We just stopped one of the most prolific running backs. And who's the better running back out of?
Don't even ask.
Out of CMC and fucking, are you really gonna sit here and say CMC is better than
yes.
This dude is drunk. And you talk about talking as a fan, you're straight talking as a fan.
Christian McCaffrey is not a better running back than Saquon Barkley?
No.
Well, let me quell this. No. Christian McCaffrey is a better all-around running back.
I didn't say that. Barkley. I said no. We need to talk about all around. I said a better.
That's the aspect of the game.
No.
Christian McCaffrey is just not going to run the ball. That's not his strength.
Nope. No, we're
His
talking about
strength is
as
to
a
get
running.
all-purpose.
We're
Since he's
talking,
been in college,
we're
Christian
talking about
McCaffrey has been
running
an
game, bro.
all-purpose
We're
running back.
talking about running game. We're talking about running game. We're not
No,
talking about
Saquon Barkley is a better running back than Christian McCaffrey.
Thank you. That's all I'm asking.
But that's not what y'all going to be able to do. I can assure you.
We just stopped the best, one of the best prolific backs in the NFL right now in rushing the ball.
Running. So when you say prolific, to me, prolific says to their strength. Christian McCaffrey receiving running back who can get it on the ground as well. On the opposite side of the spectrum, yes, Saquon Barkley from a running standpoint is very strong. But when you sit up and put it in the perspective of Saquon versus Christian McCaffrey for their strength, if y'all think y'all just going to sit up and get a Christian McCaffrey that's just running the ball, you're sadly mistaken. That's fine. Y'all plan for that. That's what y'all plan for. That he's only going to tote the pig's bin. That's what y'all plan for. And I could assure you, y'all won't get ran through in that day. Now, if y'all account for the fact that he's going to sit up, because I'm very sure there's going to be a spy on him. Y'all not just going to let him run around and get loose. If y'all can't put a pressure on Brock Purdy,
which we can,
eat y'all alive.
Which we can.
He's going to eat y'all alive.
Which we can. If Dallas can put pressure on Brock Purdy, we damn sure can put pressure on Brock Purdy.
If y'all think y'all just going to lock down Deebo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey,
if y'all think y'all going to lock down AJ Brown,
alive.
If y'all think y'all going to lock down Devontae Smith, if y'all think y'all going to lock down any of those guys, if y'all think y'all going to lock down Dallas Goedert, you're crazy. You're crazy.
We only have to lock down AJ Brown.
No, you don't.
Well, no, we don't. Goddard,
you don't. We can't let
Goddard
you don't. Come, like you said, come game planning on knocking down AJ Brown. Please do. Devontae gonna have a field day.
He's not.
Please do.
He's not.
Okay.
He's not.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Go do your research on 29. Number 29.
I don't care about
for the
29.
San Francisco 49ers.
He's irrelevant.
Oh, really? You really think that?
He's irrelevant. He's very irrelevant.
Okay.
He's very irrelevant.
Okay.
You better go do your research. You better go do your research on the two wide receivers who got over 10 touchdowns in a year, as well as the quarterback and the running back with 10 touchdowns over a season.
Okay.
You better, don't play with me, man. It's a
number one
Philly
defense
thing.
in the NFL. And we wasn't the number one team, but we've been the number one defense in the NFL.
Didn't show.
We sitting up the same place you do.
Yeah, but we won by 31.
It showed when we needed to.
We won by 31. Y'all won by 7.
We played a better team than y'all did.
No, not really.
They had a better quarterback. Technically, Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy.
In whose eyes?
He is.
In what way? This dude had more interceptions than any quarterback in the last.
Kyle, tell him. He gonna find out about him.
You gonna find out about him. Why are you asking Kyle, who's a 49ers fan? You keep asking Kyle. Ron, tell him. That's like me saying, Ron, tell him. Ron, tell him. Of course,
disrespect. 29. When 29 is in your life,
beat the Cowboys.
When 29 is in your life, he's in your backfield, and he's making all these plays. You wonder like, who the hell is this dude?
Y'all better hope Devontae don't play. Y'all better hope Devontae don't play. Darius Slay don't throw to his side. Don't play with it. Don't throw to Darius Slay's side. Play with it then. Play with it.
We are.
Play with it. Play with it. Play with it. Play with it if you think it. Play with it. Dak is not better than Purdy. Thank you. We don't. Okay. I got speed on defense. Okay.
Just wait. I'm trying to tell you. Like I'm not being a fan. I'm just.
Dak owns the Eagles. Dak don't own the Eagles. How is that? How you figure?
He said Dak is Kirk Cousins.
I give you that. Bobby who?
Baby Palomalu. That's who number 29 is. Hufunga. Hufunga is Baby Palomalu.
Okay,
but don't worry, you'll get to see plenty of them. I can tell you what, I can guarantee Sirianni's game planning for him.
We game planning for the team.
No, specifically for him. I can assure you. If there's anyone on that defense in that secondary that they're planning for, it's Hufunga.
And you think Shanahan ain't game planning for fucking Darius Slay? You crazy.
He probably is.
All right.
But I'm telling, there's a difference. Those are corners. Hufunga is a safety that you have to game plan for. He's a problem. But let Avonte Maddox come in. Let Avonte Maddox play this weekend. And I bet you we have problems. When we have problems. We are the champions.
Y'all are not champions of what? Y'all are not champions of nothing.
Bang bang Niner gang. 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 Bang bang Niner gang.
That part say.
Bang bang Niner gang.
That
Bang
part
bang
say.
Niner gang.
What I will say.
Bang bang Niner
That part
gang.
say. Thank you. Let him know. Because obviously he has not heard, bro. That part say obviously he don't know. 19-2, baby.
It don't even make a difference.
19-2. Don't, bruh. Y'all better
Like, they
recognize.
didn't stop. They did
Y'all
not
see
stop
these boys
making.
in the
They did
background.
not stop. They did not stop making losses after he got that second one. I can assure you.
Okay. Purdy better get ready for Riddick. That's what he don't understand. Shay, I done told him. He don't understand, bro. He has no idea. Riddick is finna be in that boy's face. He's finna be in that boy's face. And you know what? What I saw this weekend
What did you see this weekend,
from them
Bishop?
49ers? When Brock Purdy's under pressure, he cannot throw that ball. He throws bad. You can see he's rattled. Dallas had him
Think so?
rattled a lot.
You think so?
It ain't no think. I saw it. You pay attention to that game. When Brock Purdy was under pressure, he was rattled. And he was getting rid of that ball in the ground. He was throwing it in the ground. 3 games with no sacks.
What's that mean?
Okay. 3 games.
Pressure
It means 3
pressure
games
bust
with no
spots.
sacks. 3 games with no sacks. Let's see.
Is Parsons better than Reddick?
Oh, probably a little bit. Probably a little bit. But Parsons didn't get no sack. Did he get a sack
He
this
did
week?
not. He surely did not.
Okay. That's fine. But see, this is the thing.
What's the thing?
We got Fletcher Cox. We got Riddick. We got Davis. What Dallas don't have, that's all they got right there on AD is Parsons. That's it.
They got Van Der Esch. You talking about maybe the defensive line?
Van Der Esch probably didn't even have a tackle this week.
JT Faye, what's up, bud? Let's go. Tell him.
Philly fan.
Tell him. That's
Another
what I'm talking about.
49 fan. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
You say we ain't facing number. Okay, well, when we do, guess what? They ain't faced the Philly defense either.
We just faced y'all not the second best defense in the NFL.
Who's the top defense? So let's see.
Who had a better defense?
Let's see
You
who
or
the
you
top
or
defense.
Dallas.
We had a better defense. You clearly, yes, we better defense than Dallas, without question. Better defense than Dallas. 2020. Boy, don't play with me. We got a way better defense than Dallas. Let's see. Oh no, they got Dallas above us at number 6, and we're number 8. We're number 6 and number 8.
Who number 1?
Matters none.
Who's number 1?
Matters none.
And what do we always say? What does doofus do?
Nothing. They do nothing.
Let's go. Of course, that's our time for today. Y'all going to see this and hear this all week long. I'm going to be schooling this man on what is real and what is fake. I don't think Philadelphia is fake, but I do think they're not going to beat the San Francisco 49ers this coming.
Of course you
weekend.
think that.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that they're my favorite team.
Yeah, that has all to do with it. Think the bottom half of the
go ahead.
Yes, for those stats. Yes, that's why.
So that's what we're going to do, Coach Cal?
Yeah,
really?
That's right. Thank you. Man, listen, you have been watching Niners defense and Philly secondary is suspect. If y'all done, don't show up, y'all done. If San Francisco's don't, because mind you, I need y'all to understand, Philly had San Francisco has 20 interceptions defensively. We have the second most with 17. Or the third most. Who is that? The Patriots got 19. Third most. We got 17. Y'all have 20. Y'all have 20 touchdowns on defense. We have 22. Bro, we right there with you. Y'all have y'all have allowed 3,789 passing yards. We allowed 3,057. Bruh, hold on. What am I looking for? It's certain.
It's not there. Whatever you're looking for, it's not there every day.
Yeah, it is. Where's the sacks? That's what I want to see. Where is it? Sacks. How they know how to
Number
sack?
one defense.
Y'all are the number one defense.
Defensive player of the year.
Okay. Your point?
It's over for you. That's all.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. 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 Bang, bang, Niner gang.
So it all depends on who you
Bang,
at.
bang, Niner gang.
Picking
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
the NFC Championship game.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
That
Bang,
part.
bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Got 19.5.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Good point. 19, and he ain't had none in the last 3 games. Don't worry, I'll wait.
All week long. This is what I'm going to have to endure. But you know what? Just wait. And look, see, Ron, you know what? I'm not going to even let Ron rattle me. Correct. That is good. But the sack does not mean sacks do not amount to losses or wins. Sacks is just a part of the game.
What does it say? Look at them tackles for loss, though, the last 3 games. Oh, Eagles have 70 to Niners 44.
That's what's
That's
up.
30. That's 30. Almost. That's 26 sacks more.
And you can still you can be sacked 7 times in the game and still come out and win the game. Burrow showed that last year.
But what you will not say is Burrow is not Jalen Hurts. You're not sacking him 7 times. You're not doing that.
We're not trying to sack him 7 times.
You're not going to.
Okay.
You're not going. Thank you, Shay. 4 guys with 11 more. Where you at, Jay? You had all them stats a minute ago. Where you at with that? You had all them stats a minute ago, Jay.
State is San Francisco is a better team.
They're not a better team.
Y'all lucky. Y'all get a chance. Y'all lucky. Y'all get a chance.
Ain't no y'all lucky.
Y'all lucky. Y'all get a chance.
Ain't got nothing to do with it.
Lucky. Y'all get a chance.
Luck ain't got a chance to do with it.
Because had it been Jimmy Garoppolo at the helm, y'all might be in trouble. But y'all lucky y'all get a chance.
I don't want to hear it might have been.
Now
here come the excuses. Now we might have
been.
Y'all get a chance. Now we got.
Y'all get a chance. Y'all might get a chance. Brock Purdy affords you the opportunity to have a chance.
Now it's Brock. See, here come the excuses. They're coming already. Yes, it is, because a second ago, it was Brock Purdy. 8-0. Brock Purdy this. Brock Purdy that.
But at some point, Brock Purdy instated Brock Purdy still a rookie.
If it was Jimmy, y'all wouldn't even have it. Oh, now if it's Jimmy,
Brock Purdy is a rookie.
Man, stop.
That's it. It say Brock Purdy's a rookie. At some point, he's going to show up.
A rookie who's won 8 games. A rookie who's won 8 games in a row.
Yeah, but he still is. He's a rookie. Instead, he's a rookie.
Your point.
You know what? There is no points.
There is no point.
49 is by
great versus
49 is by 9.
You're right.
49 is by 9.
Dak lost that game for Dallas. There's nobody else. Dak lost that game for Dallas.
How? You know what? You can say that for tomorrow.
Say that
please
again.
Please give me that.
Hey, say that. Hurts has no NITs. Bro, 3? I think he had 3 or 4 on the season. Bro, don't worry about it. See, Purdy has to rely on that run game a great deal.
All Purdy has to do is do his job. And that's all he got to do. By 9, Ron. 9. Niners by 9.
Okay. Good luck with that. Let's go. Philly, stand up, baby. Philly.
Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. You know where we find us every morning, 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time. So you know how to count it off on your area, your region. All week long, y'all gonna be hearing this. I'm gonna try to dial back. I said I was not gonna let Bishop. I said I was not gonna allow Bishop to get me into a match. I didn't even get to go over the rest of the stuff we had today, but that's good. We can keep it for tomorrow. Y'all know what it is. As he leaves out with this, it's a Philly thing.
That boy's a bad man. That's a bad man. Philly is lit.
Okay.
Go Birds.
Go Bird. That's why I heard Go Bird.
He didn't say no Go Birds.
Actually trying to get Go Bird to come play for the 76ers.
Well, we say it's a Philly thing.
That's it. That's it. It's a Philly thing, bro. We appreciate y'all. Be sure to check us out. Kyle, thank you so much. Hate that your team gonna lose this weekend, but either way, it is what it is. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all enjoy, have fun on this Tuesday love, and hug on someone, man, as you watch these games that's about to come up this weekend. It's gonna be like this all week. All week.
It's a good thing. If I was a purveyor of the color red, I would get red braided into my hair tomorrow. But I don't get down like that. So, but in any case, but I have plenty of beanies to go along with me. So it's cool.
Y'all see what's behind me. And I ain't talking about my screensaver. Y'all see what's behind me. That jersey right there behind on my chair. Y'all see it? Philly. There it is. Let's go.
I can't wait till Monday.
It's a Philly thing, bro. Philly thing. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe, man. Enjoy y'all Tuesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Military Fraternity Incorporated. Peace.